Welcome back to Under Oath. 10 weirdest things that people get fired for. And you can take that from your life.
I've had to fire people.
Yeah.
I've had to fire people.
You also have had to leave the establishment.
Let me explain.
Let me
explain.
Okay.
See, what had happened was...
throw it out on other people.
Okay, I used to work at this theme park in Florida. It was called
Okay,
Water...
we're gonna do two. One you got fired for,
and
one
I'll tell
somebody
you
else
the other
got
one.
fired.
Okay. I got fired, or I chose to walk away because I worked for this water park. It was called Water Mania. It was in Kissimmee. I worked there back in the day, and they used to do these corporate events. They had this huge picnic area, and it had grilling stations at all of them, and you could feed about 150 to 200 people. You know, they'd sell them to corporations that had come there for team building. Well, it was my job to drive the golf cart out to those places to bring them supplies like burgers, birthday cakes, buns, stuff like that. It was my job to do that. So I was making one of my last trips out to this place. Everything was already set up on all the tables. We had it set up on 6-foot tables. It had linen on top. Everything's looking good. I'm just bringing the last of the supplies and then I could go back and go on break. Well, I saw that I had to drive this golf cart through this certain area as I'm pulling into the actual pavilion where they were having their little picnic. And it looked tight, but in my head, I can make it.
I got this.
I got this. So I drive my golf cart through both those spaces, and what happened was I didn't have it. Not at all. Because when I hit those things, I set off this chain reactions and set all the different 6-foot tables off in a domino fashion of just falling down.
So all the food.
All the food. Cakes are sliding. Buns are on the ground. People are looking at me like, what's your problem? And I'm like, I don't know. So that is the day. That's if you don't know, by the way, that's what your last day of work looks like right there. So I saw myself out is what I'm saying.
Well, technically, he didn't get fired. He left with the intention of not returning.
I didn't even drive the golf cart.
He just like ran out and goes,
I just left it there.
Yeah.
I've actually seen a person get fired because they're creative, though. This is very creative. I worked at this theme park. I won't say what theme park it was for, but at the end of the night, the manager's job would go put the money where it's supposed to be in this deposit room.
Yes.
It looked like a safety deposit room, like all these safety deposit boxes everywhere. Now, on the other side of that safety deposit box, when you would open it up, people that worked there in the Disney vault, whatever theme park vault it may be.
Voldemort. He said Voldemort. Harry Potter land.
They can receive that and take it out anytime they want it. Now, it was a money room, so they kept, what do you call those things? Carts.
Yeah.
Of money just sitting out.
The casino carts.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So this manager got the bright idea. Hey, when I open up my deposit box, I can see money on the other side. So this fool started putting his hand through at the end of the night when he make his own deposit, and then he start making withdrawals, if you will, from Disney's money on the carts. And he didn't realize at Disney, there's literally a camera everywhere.
Especially in the money room.
Yes, especially in the money room.
They have them in the bathrooms. I can't imagine they wouldn't have them there.
So that fool got fired on tape like this.
Actually, he was licking his lips.
Yeah,
he didn't have that surprise look. He was pulling that Jordan face as he was reaching for the money.
So yeah, that's an interesting way that a manager got fired.
Yeah.
How
I got fired.
You got fired, Jeff.
I earned it.
Oh, you earned this. What did you do, brother?
I earned it. See, I waited tables.
Okay, we all did.
Okay.
Got it.
And I never, ever screwed with anybody's food.
Got it.
Ever.
Got it.
Never, ever, ever until.
Ooh, you had one customer? That one customer?
Until. It was like one of the late night. I was working at this restaurant called Hula Hands. I don't know if they still exist anymore. And I went to the table, and this guy was on a first date with this woman. I could tell because he looked really uncomfortable. And she said to me, she goes, "I'd like lobster."
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, we're at Hula Hands. This is Bennigan's.
Yeah.
Ain't no lobster at Bennigan's.
There's not. I remember Hula Hands.
No, there's no lobster night at Bennigan's.
No.
Maybe,
You might get some shrimp.
Maybe so if you're lucky.
Yeah, if you're lucky.
And I said, I'm very sorry, man. We don't have any. Go back and check.
Okay. All right.
So I go back. I said to the manager, I said, Brian? Because the manager at these places, I named him Brian for some reason.
My manager was named Brian.
Brian, table 4 wants some lobster. Jeff, you took the test. You know there's no
no
lobster.
lobster.
I go, Brian, I'm aware of that.
Yes.
I'm trying to follow customer protocol. The person asked me.
Gotcha.
Jeff, go back to your table.
All right.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, Brian.
In other words, Brian, you an a-hole.
Mhm.
So I went back to the table. I said, I'm very sorry. She goes, check again. I went back. Brian, you find that lobster we were looking for earlier? And Brian's like, go back to your table, Jeff. Got it.
Got it.
Went back. I said, I'm very sorry. We don't have any tonight. And I didn't want to offend her that she's so stupid she didn't realize we had lobster.
Yeah.
And she goes, well, I will have nothing then.
Oh.
Okay.
Looks like you have an
And
attitude.
what would you like, sir? I would like the London broil. Okay, I'll
Okay.
get that. And that's like a $50 meal. I'm like,
Yeah.
it was a big piece of meat back then.
Mhm.
It's the most expensive thing on the
Yeah.
menu. I said, maybe I'll see a tip out of this.
There you go.
I get the London broil. I come back. I put it in front of him. She goes, did you not think I wanted one?
Mm. Wow.
How would you like that cooked? How would you like it cooked? Cooked against your jaw. That's why I'd like it done.
Right.
So I go back,
Mhm.
and you got to wait 25 minutes for them to cook this thing up. So I come back to the table. She goes, find out what movies are playing.
What?
Now, back then, we couldn't check on our phones.
No.
You had to go to a newspaper.
Yes.
You had to look. You call movie phone. You do anything. So I go back. I'm going, she wants to know what movies are playing. And Brian's like, Jeff, we don't have a newspaper. I got this.
Go back out.
I went
to
back.
the
I said, well, there's
table.
only one movie playing, but it's kind of racist. Now she goes, I would never want to see that.
Uh-huh.
And the guy she was with obviously knows I'm lying now.
Uh-huh.
And he's trying not to lose his face.
Mhm.
So I go, let me check on your food. I'll be right back. I go back and they go, your London broil's ready, Jeff. We got it quick. I do a slip. And I don't slip. And that meat came flying off that plate and hit the floor. Then I proceeded to reach like I was picking it up, and I kept kicking it. And I kicked it all across the grossest floor you have ever seen.
Oh.
And my man, Brian, obviously thinks there's something wrong going on. And he's absolutely right. Bro, Jeff, what are you doing? I'm going, sorry, Brian. And I put it on the plate, and I go like I'm putting it back on the thing, and then I shoot out the door. And I feel Brian's fingers grab the back of my thing, but he misses by like an inch. And once you're on the floor, there's no coming back.
No.
I put that plate down in front of her, and I go, enjoy your meat, and let me know if it's cooked correctly. I'm sure it will be. And I turn back in, and Brian goes, you know you're fired. I said, I don't care.
Yeah.
I do not care.
You went out, if you're
So-
going to go down,
yeah,
you went out in London broil flames.
Choice, man. Choice. Now, here's where the problem hits.
Okay.
I had to fire some guy once who worked for me.
Gotcha. Now, how are you when it comes to firing?
I'm horrible.
Got it.
I let Craig do it.
Really?
I hate firing people.
Gotcha. And Craig doesn't?
No, Craig thinks it's like a job.
Really?
I got this. Like he's Hercules. I got this.
Yeah.
Like it's one of the tasks of Zeus. You know, I hate firing people. It makes me sick.
Yeah.
I get verbally ill,
Yes.
physically ill.
Yeah.
And I get this girl says, one of the paralegals in my old firm comes to me. She goes, this attorney, he's talking inappropriate with me. He keeps having inappropriate language with me. I don't appreciate it. I'm like, all right, let me go talk to him. I said, she goes, I don't want him fired, but please do something about it. I said, well, how do I not fire him? And she goes, no, Jeff, I don't want him fired. I'm like, you positive? So I have a conversation with him. I said, please do not do anything inappropriate with your paralegal anymore. No more comments, no more nothing. Dude, it's not right. You're in a position of power. You shouldn't do these things.
And let me just interrupt real quick. He got a pass at this point.
She cut him a break.
She cut him a break.
Cut him a break.
She did.
And I'm like going, and I'm yelling at this guy. I'm so furious.
Like, are you crazy?
Because you put this person in this position and she still doesn't want you fired. He goes, Jeff, I will never do anything like it again.
He knows better. He's a lawyer.
I swear I will never do it again.
Yeah.
Next day,
Jesus,
she's
man.
standing in my doorway. I'm going,
Are you kidding me?
oh God. And you have to understand, there were like 500 people working here. I haven't spoken to her once. And my second conversation, she's in my door. I'm going, oh God, please don't. She goes, Jeff, he asked me to put lotion on his ass.
Come on, man. How is that going to be appropriate?
I walk into his office and he goes, it's not what you think.
Doesn't matter.
Was there lotion? Well, yeah. Did you ask her to put it on your ass? Well, yeah. Pack your crap.
Yeah, you got to go.
And he goes,
Yeah.
no, you don't understand. I couldn't reach it. I don't care.
What the what?
And he said to me, he goes, I'm going to sue you. I said, please sue me.
Yeah.
Please sue me.
Yeah.
And I have never been that vicious in a firing before.
But he was being a moron.
And pack your crap was light compared to what I said.
Yeah, got it.
My favorite is this one.
Uh-huh.
This is my favorite firing story ever.
Okay.
This guy's working at this nursing home. And this
Yeah.
woman is so mean to him.
Yeah.
Elderly woman. So mean.
Which happens, by the way.
Okay.
I've been to some of them.
What he does is like once a day, puts on a devil mask
Ooh.
and runs in her door and just starts howling and runs away. So she's complaining that the devil is after her.
She's telling people that?
Yes, the devil's after her. And they just think she's crazy.
Yeah, they're like, ma'am, the devil is not showing up. Yes, he is. I swear to
He's
God.
here every day.
Every day he shows up.
And somehow somebody at the place sees this devil mask in his stuff and he gets fired.
Bro, okay, first off,
Best firing ever.
that's as a comedian, that's funny as hell. Because that woman believed the devil kept visiting her every day.
Could you imagine going, this woman's really mean to me. What should I do?
Become the devil.
This dude needs a job.
Mm-hmm.
I got to get this job hired. This guy has the ability to come up with some great problem solving.
Yes.
And he goes, well, I thought she'd have a heart attack and die.
God dang.
That's what he was hoping for. The devil got her.
She was that mean. You wanted death.
Yeah. And this is the hard thing because when you work in the service industry like that, and whether I remember watching Waiting, which was a Ryan Reynolds movie.
I love that movie.
Yeah, that's a documentary. That's not a
Thank
comedy.
you. If you ever worked at a restaurant, that is the truth.
Yeah. So I look at it like this going, wow, that was just, and this happens all the time where people find humor in things and I go,
Yeah.
that like when I used to watch Married with Children.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That was not a comedy.
That was
Him
real life.
working in the shoe store.
Yeah.
Because I was selling vacuums door to door. And I would get home just in time for Married with Children. And I would sit there and I'd look at him, how miserable he was. I'm going, I get it, Al. I get it. I was actually internalizing my Al Bundy.
There you go. Your inner Al.
My inner Al.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.